So I am so blessed to be here with David Banks. David.
Hey there.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me again.
Thanks for having me.
Though, let's start a little bit with movies. We talked obviously about Cut last time a lot.
Yeah.
I got an idea how to make some easy money. We can make a movie by getting real people and just scaring them. Let's do it.
Let's start with Half Magic.
Great.
And maybe share a little bit about that. And we've got all kinds of things to cover, but I'd like to touch upon that first.
That was a blast. That was actually Heather Graham's directorial debut.
Right.
Starring Molly Shannon, Chris D'Elia, Thomas Lennon. I mean, I've been a huge fan of Heather's for many, many years. Going back to obviously Roller Girl, to Swingers. In fact, I just revisited her movie with Eddie Murphy again last week, and she just is one of those chameleons too. She's just amazing. And actually, when she stepped into obviously wearing multiple hats and doing this as a writer-director,
yeah,
it was amazing. I remember my manager sent me the script or the sides and said, "Listen, I've got this pretty cool audition I've got for you, and I want you to take a look." And I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." I mean, it's a fast-talking, quirky, oddball character. Yeah. Great, okay, yeah. It's a little bit on the stalking side, a little weird, a little eccentric, a little odd, but have fun with it and just make it your own. And that's exactly what it was when I went in the room. It was, the cast directors were just, listen, here's the idea, here's the premise, but again, make it your own, make it fun, yeah, make it really, this guy's a little bit odd, he's a little weird, so just do what you would normally do if you were weird. So she allowed everybody to kind of bring their own magic to it, and every take was different, was something different, something fun, was something magical, and I was like, wow, this is going to be great. I only feel sorry for the editors because I don't know which ones they're going to what they're going to choose. Again, she in every take just gave something magical, and so did Chris, and it was again something I'm just so honored to be a part of.
Obviously, I met you during the time of Cut, which is a very dark and creepy, but in a very different way.
Yeah.
So have you since done some more of those roles as well?
I have. I just finished a film called The Bornless Ones, and that's kind of, I'd say it's a very caffeinated Evil Dead.
They didn't want anyone else to come.
Very intense, but luckily I was able to play the more comedic relief in that, which was a lot of fun.
I want to segue into the fact that you aren't just an actor, that is one of the many gifts and talents that you have, because you wrote too, you're a writer, I mean, but also a drummer.
Yeah.
So those that know you from film and from commercials and everything may not know that about you. They may not know that you're a drummer as well.
I think it's important to have, something other than just the arts, whatever. And it's something that you're able to do to kind of almost, to really kind of feed your soul.
Yeah.
Do something while you're, instead of just waiting for something to happen, waiting for opportunities to come your way, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for this avail that might turn into a booking that might not. It's just, the waiting game will drive you nuts. You have to have something. I tried guitar, tried piano, come from a very musical family, and I couldn't really quite grasp anything else other than drums.
Is it the energy?
I think so.
Do you think it's the release of energy?
Yeah. Meets the hyper kind of.
Yeah.
Trying to focus and buckle down on just strumming some chords or playing keys. I'm like, I can't. Because my mind was just drifting off into something else. And I think I tried doing that, and I'd always be looking at the drummer like, wow, that'd be great. That's really cool. You can be loud and obnoxious and have fun and bang on things. I want to do that. So I traded my guitar for a drum set.
Okay.
I was a guy in high school, and it's been nonstop banging away ever since.
So the neighbors, they're okay with that, huh?
Well, you know what? Over the years, I should say, I bring a nice Christmas.
I was gonna say, how do you?
Yeah, I bribe them. But no, I have one. Well, one's really great. She's this ex-stunt lady who's kind of actually hard of hearing. She doesn't really hear very well.
Oh.
Which is perfect.
Your favorite part of the day?
The end, when I can go to sleep.
There you go.
I don't know why. I love that part where I can. You know what? I'm a junk food fanatic, so I love to just make my batch of cookies.
No,
pizza.
you don't.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Doritos and chocolate cake, and just watch a really good 80s movie, Karate Kid maybe.
Okay, yeah.
And just shut down.
Okay.
Go to sleep.
Do you finish the movie?
Oh yeah.
Or do you
yeah.
pass
and
out
I usually
before it's
binge.
over?
If it's Karate Kid, I'm like, well, now I've got to see part 2. It only makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. And it's gonna put you in the best mood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So no matter what kind of day you've had, how can you not enjoy it when you're finishing off with something like that?
Yeah, right.
And I notice my dreams a little bit better too. I used to watch again these horror movies and I'd wonder oh my gosh, why am I waking up sweating and all pissed off?
Why am I so stressed?
Why am I so stressed out? Yeah, I'm like, okay, well wait, why don't I just replace Nightmare on Elm Street with...
Breakfast Club.
Exactly.
What about music? What do you listen to?
99.9% heavy, hard-hitting, obnoxious metal. Not screamo, but just Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Armored Saint, Fate's Warning, Striper, TNT Loudness. I mean, it's that 80s fun kind of things I used to play along with. Rush. My gosh, I think in the past year I've seen Skid Row, Vane, Striper, Armored Saint, Queensryche, Metal Church. It just puts me in the best mood. Although lately it's weird. I've been kind of tapping in ever since George Michael passed, and I'm a huge George Michael fan. I've been tapping into a lot of his music, and I love, just as a singer-songwriter, musician, he is one of the most talented men of our time. As far as that hit me. Like usually when someone passes, you're like, oh, that really sucks. Oh my gosh, wow. But when someone like that I was just, and he's the first guy that actually kind of shifted me away from, I don't want to say away from, but kind of got me out of my metal circles. That's all I would listen to. I was strictly just only metal. And then when I heard, this was a song Hand to Mouth, that was on the Faith album. And I was like, wow, this isn't metal.
Yeah,
this is something
but I love it.
But I like it, yeah.
There's nothing like live music, good live music.
Nothing. That's my other go-to too.
Is it? Yeah.
Not at home eating junk food. I'm out.
So junk food, drums, live music.
Live music, exactly, yeah.
Heavy metal.
That's it, yes.
Life is good.
Life is great, I'm talking about it, it's amazing.
But to add to that too, we need to talk about your daughter.
Okay.
Because this is not so much heavy metal, junk food.
You know, it's funny,
although I'm sure she has a lot of that too in her. I'm sure that she loves a lot of those things as you being an influence. But tell everybody a little bit about her, because this is really special.
She is an amazing girl, and I don't, looking back, I'm like, wow, okay, we talked about this before, about the torture and the agony we brought to our parents, and it's coming back in the karmatic kind of way. It's like, uh-oh, I'm getting it back tenfold now. She's doing the exact opposite. I would expect her to be this really, this is hellion, this brat, this terror, but she's this amazing, woman now. She's 22, and she's touring convents. She wants to be a nun.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I was blown away, and I figured, if I don't have to share her with any man other than Jesus, amazing. This is great. I don't have to worry about her. Hey, Dad, what do you think of this guy? Because I'm never gonna like that guy.
No.
I'm never gonna approve of that guy that she brings home, because it's gonna be, and if he's anything like me, I'm definitely not gonna approve. So she has this calling, and I couldn't be happier. It's one of those things where I was always raised Lutheran, and as I got older, I kind of just took an interest in, because there's so much, this Catholicism, Lutheranism, Mormonism, Buddhism, everything.
Yeah.
I took an interest in, and I've kind of did my little research and branched out and looked at all these different things, and they all have their own unique thing about them. But for me, I'm not trying to bash, but when I got in tune with the Lord, and I really was just talking to Him and giving Him my problems, telling Him what I was happy for. And this is something I've done since 1999, when I thought the world was going to end. I spent my New Year's countdown in a church. And every year I go to a different church, and whether I can get in or not, just as long as I'm in that basic surrounding area of a church.
Sure.
I basically tell God, thank you for the year you've given me, and I pray for the year that I want to come, and where I see myself heading, where I want to go, what I want to do, what I want to accomplish, but most importantly, what I'm thankful for. I always say, you are who you associate yourself with, so find a good group of tight-knit friends that you really love to be around. It doesn't have to be a dozen, maybe 5.
Sure. That
are there for you, you love being around, that just make your day a little bit easier, a little smoother, and again, that are genuinely happy for you when you accomplish something.
Of course.
That aren't just on this competitive level of like, oh, that's great. And it's hard to find in LA, it really is.
It is, yeah.
It's really, really hard. And they say the 2 ways you have a good friend is if they're there to help you move, and they're there to take you to LAX.
Oh,
you at the airport, yeah. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That's like my test. So yeah.
If they're willing to spend any amount of time on the 405 for you, they will love you.
Or lift boxes upstairs, we're golden. We're friends.
Exactly.
We're friends for life.
Favorite people to work with. So do you find that you work with a core group of friends, or do you venture out into, what do you prefer? What is your...
I do like that. I think there's a certain, like you look at Adam Sandler, who has people say he has the same guys in all his movies, but there's a reason for that. They work well together. They know what they're going to get.
Right.
So I think myself and David Roundtree try to work together as much as we can.
Sure.
Because we have this great friendship, first of all, which is more important than anything. And I think we know each other. So it's almost this, and you'll see auditions sometimes, they'll say, bring in a real friend, bring in true friends. You're seeing more and more commercials these days that say, actual friends, not real actors, whatever. Because they want that real rapport, they want that real kind of back and forth banter that only a friend can do.
Hey, you never bought any shoes.
No, what?
Yeah, half off today only.
Go away.
But with someone like Roundtree, him and I get along so well, and we've written scenes and short scenes and movies, and again, it started off in an acting class where the acting coach told us, and I love her to death, she told us that we couldn't, you're actors, you're not writers, so don't write scenes. So we had to lie and say that, well, this is out of a playbook, and what's it called? Two Guys. It's called Two Guys. We just make up something. She's like, okay, well, that was really good, actually. Put it up again. I'm like, oh, great. So we'd have to lie her and trick her and make her pretend that we actually got these scenes out of a book because we didn't write it. We're actors, not writers. So we'd write these scenes that would become these kind of short sketches. And then they became, shorts that we'd start doing. And then the shorts became this, well, let's write a full feature. And we wrote Cut.
Well, I guess the director can do whatever he wants, right?
Always these things that we're trying to, and whenever, a lot of times you'll do a film and they'll say, hey, it doesn't always happen, but there's a time when the director or producer will say, gosh, I'm looking for a role for this, do you know what that would be great for this? And I'll say, you know what, I do know something that would be amazing for this. And I think it's really nice when you could do that. And again, with an honest, real friend, that would do it for you as well. You don't do it to get something out of it, but it's nice knowing that this person would do the same for you if the situation arises and they said, listen, hey, do you know someone that would be good? Yes, I do. Bam.
There's a lot to be said about that chemistry because you guys definitely had that in Cut. I mean, it was clear. It was obvious in that, there was kind of a looseness.
Yeah.
At least with, your character was a lot more loose.
Yeah.
Of course. Loose cannon.
Yeah.
But
loose cannon's a good word.
but there seemed to be like an ease there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it really does help. And you can see that when people work together more than one on 2 or 3 occasions. It's like, wow, they really have something special.
Yeah.
The Luke Wilsons and Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell, the same group of guys that do their kind of thing together, and it's just like, wow, that's really natural. That's really funny.
So, sort of circling back around and winding it down to movies, what's next for you? So, what's coming up for you?
Working on a film. We're starting one called Preacher 6.
Okay.
It's got Naomi Grossman from American Horror Story.
Oh, nice.
Kyle Hester, which is another great friend of mine who we met in that same acting class. Again, I play a very over-the-top, strange mechanic who has obsessions with certain things I won't say. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, good. Is it filming here in LA?
It is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's even better. I don't have to go traveling anymore, which is great. I can stay put.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. And then we also talked about Half Magic, probably sometime spring.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd start to see something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great.